So you've probably seen a strange email or even a text message recently, and it's telling you that there's a tariff payment due and you need to make it before your package arrives. If you haven't, then you might soon. And guess what? It'll look official, and it's from a retailer or even a government agency, so they claim. But here is the question that nobody is talking about. Could that message be a scam? You're going to find out here, and exactly what happens if you make a payment without realizing it. Right now, new tariff policies are what cybersecurity experts are calling the perfect storm for scammers. A storm that could literally trick and is tricking thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions. And it's consumers just like you. Because today, we're going to talk about how these scams work, the breakdown of exactly what makes them so convincing, and the 3 crucial red flags, 3 of them, that you must know to protect yourself, because missing these signs could ultimately cost you big and open you up for major liability. All right. First, let's talk about what are tariffs. What are they? And why are people so confused about them? Tariffs are basically taxes that are placed on goods imported from other countries. If you didn't know that, now you know. And it's usually businesses that pay these fees, but they often pass on the cost to us, the consumers, me and you. And how do they do it? Through higher prices. And you know what? Here's the catch. The tariff policies have been changing so rapidly. New deals, suspensions, and yes, the US tariff rate has been the highest since 1934. People expect to pay more, but a lot of people don't understand exactly how tariffs work. And that's exactly what scammers are counting on. So imagine that you just bought something from online overseas and you got a message asking for a tariff payment. Since you already know that tariffs exist and you've been hearing a ton about them in the news, you're expecting extra fees already. But you might think, okay, if I just pay this, then I can get my package. But scammers exploit that uncertainty. They know that you don't know the full details of how this works. And so they create fake emails, they create fake websites, and they're pretending to be the government or the delivery companies, and they get you in a trap. So guess what? Here's the shocker. Cybersecurity experts tracked over 300 fake websites this year alone, all designed to steal your money and your personal info in the guise of a tariff payment. That's right, all under the presumption that you have to pay tariffs, and they're baiting you for your information. Now, one site pretended to be an official government entity demanding immediate payment, using urgency to push victims to act literally without even thinking about it. Put yourself in the situation. You want your package, you don't know the entire situation, you get a notice that comes in that says pay this or your package gets returned. You don't want to deal with the time, so you just pay the fee. Wrong. When you follow these links and you enter your data, guess what? Scammers, they get access to your bank accounts, your private information, and so much more. Now, wait. Before you completely panic here and you think that every tariff message is a scam, here's the nuance. Sometimes there are really legitimate fees, or maybe I should say there really are legitimate fees, however you want to spin it. For example, US Customs and Border Protection, not control, protection, they might charge a processing fee to release your imported goods. I know this because we have businesses that import goods and I get these notices all the time, but they're legit. Or delivery companies that might act as the importer and bill you later on for duties that they've paid up front. Or you might even get a message from DHL or something else saying that you need to pay the duty before the package is released. Those are legit. But wait, this is important. These legitimate charges, they come with transparency, official forms, clear communication, and no pressure tactics. None. Remember, surprise bills for tariffs aren't great for anybody. Companies, they want to avoid inconveniencing you, and most will include the fees up front at the checkout where possible. So exactly how do you separate the legitimate from the scams? Well, it comes down to a few things: transparency, verification, and ultimately trust. Scammers ultimately thrive on confusion and urgency. The faster they get you to act on something, they know you don't have time to do your due diligence and investigate. They pressure you, you act, they scam you. And you see them sending unsolicited messages, they'll send shady links, and they push for immediate payments. All telltale signs of a scam. So here's exactly what you need to remember. Experts agree on 3 red flags. That's 3 that can help you spot a scam immediately. Number 1 is unsolicited and urgent messages. If you get an email or a text or some type of notification saying pay now to avoid tariffs or urgent tariff relief vouchers available, that's a big warning sign. You'll want to look out for that. And real companies, they don't pressure you with panic tactics. And if someone calls or texts about a package stuck at customs needing a payment, be extremely skeptical of that. Number 2, suspicious links or emails or suspicious links in emails. Either way, scammers create fake websites that look real, but often have misspellings or weird URLs. Sometimes the URLs will have legitimate names with a unlegitimate.com, and by quick glance you look at it and you think that this is a real website or not. So unless it's a actual company's website with a real notification or a government official website, probably a scam. And be careful, because the government official emails that don't come from a .gov domain, like, those are not real. They're fake. .orgs, .coms, all that. No, none of that is the government. Only a government official email will come from a .gov. So don't trust it, and use tools like Whois to check if the website is legitimate. And number 3 is lack of transparency. Legitimate merchants, they clearly disclose tariff fees at checkout and provide contact info. So if you can't find a clear explanation of what's going on here or someone to talk to, probably a red flag. So why exactly does this matter so much? Well, it matters because it protects you. And when you share your personal information by going to one of these scam sites and putting in payment details or addresses, phone numbers, dates of birth, or your name, guess what? They're a scam, and that information could go onto the dark web and go anywhere else that will actually harm you in the future. Because it's not just about losing a few dollars here, which you'll lose that too, but identity theft, drained bank accounts, and long-term damage to your name and your credit and also your finances could follow. And with tariffs staying unpredictable as they are, scammers are only going to get smarter and more convincing. So here's your takeaway. Stay alert, question everything, and question especially the unexpected messages about tariffs or import fees, and never ever rush to paying anything without verifying the website, the company, and the details surrounding it. If it's actually DHL.com, probably legit, or a FedEx or UPS, but still check. You can call them, give them the tracking numbers, and they will gladly tell you what you owe. If anything is convoluted, if there's any of these red flags, or if anything is pressured into doing this now or your package goes away forever or gets returned, that is going to be a scam. So you want to look for transparency and look for official documentation. And if you've made it to this part of the video and you're a business owner, the other thing that you got to be careful of is companies that say that they have tariffs that have impacted their business, but guess what? They just raise their prices because they want to. That is an entirely different video, and I'll cover that soon. Look for that on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the flip side.